Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Alpha Central. I'm your host, Jack, and today we're taking a look at when single mothers get rejected by men. But let's jump right in, right after you subscribe, of course. Disclaimer, this video was made for strictly comedic/artistic purposes. No offense is intended towards any individual featured in this video.
Where my baby at? Why you come out here without my baby?
And why are you recording me? Baby in the house.
Why you come out here without my baby?
Don't you got a girlfriend? Why don't y'all go make a baby? Why are
What
you
that got to do with my baby? Cause I got a girlfriend. What that got to do with my baby?
I don't want her around my kid.
But if you got a boyfriend, it's cool. So you
Why
can bring
are you
a boy.
worried about me? What the
So you can bring a boy, but I can't bring no girl around.
No.
So I'm paying $1,500 in child support and I can't see my baby.
No.
See
what? Why the f you recording me? See what? See what?
Don't have kids. Y'all don't have kids.
Women this childish should not be having kids, and that is the truth.
I hate when be like, so don't nobody do nothing for my kids but me. Wasn't nobody writing that but you, so what you talking about, baby girl?
Kids these days really have no filter, do they?
I'm just gonna get two.
You really, excuse me?
I'm talking to the lady. I'm just gonna get
It doesn't
two plates.
matter.
I'm not about to order for your kid.
That's not right. What do you mean?
I'm taking you out. I'm taking you out. I'm not taking your kids out. So I'm not ordering.
Nah, that's not how
So
it
can
works.
I-
So if you with me, you
Ma'am,
with my
listen.
kids. It doesn't
So
work
can I-
like
so
that.
can I get,
Excuse me.
Can I get?
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna order you
No,
nothing.
what?
You want to fuss? You
Nah,
wanna fuss,
ain't
you
nobody
wanna
trying to
order
fuss,
for
but
me.
all I'm saying is you're
And
gonna order my
forget
kids
the order of
food
two.
I didn't feed
Forget
them
the-
because I knew we were coming to get something to
Ma'am,
eat.
can you forget the order of two?
And you
just
should get
order
them
this-
something
this-
to
this
eat,
order
too,
of
if you're
Cobb
gonna feed
salad
me.
with no
Excuse me, so
with
you're
no-
really not hearing me
Listen,
right
I'm-
now.
Why tolerate the disrespect? Start the car, get her home, and drive off into the sunset. It's the best you can do, sir.
The third graders are calling me fat.
Yeah.
They're saying I'm fat. Me. They heard you heard them say it was me.
Yeah.
What did they say?
Like, your mama's so fat. That's something. I don't know. I can't hear them.
What'd you say? What did you say to defend me?
How do you know about that?
Well, we know that kids never lie, so it might be time to hit the gym, lady.
You've been cutting women's hair for 18 years. Should I still trust women?
No. A client of mine, single mom, has 3 kids. They all have different dads, but by her own doing. So she has enough of her own money, but she always wants a man with more money. So she dates these men in higher positions and whatnot, and they have broken up with her. And what she actually does is she goes and gets artificially inseminated.
Wow.
And tells them that she's pregnant by them. She lies to these men, and then by the time the paternity test comes out, obviously they know they're not the dad. She's done it 3 times.
And all the kids are by just
Different
girlfriends?
donors.
Holy. What a sicko. How does she justify that?
She's got a couple screws loose, so she's just, I want more kids, and I want someone who also wants kids. And I was like, well, have you tried asking these men to have kids with you? She's like, well, they just keep breaking up with me. And I'm like, I wonder why.
I've heard horror stories about this as well. Women that do this should be criminally charged.
That's my mom putting gas because she got no man. Hey, good girl.
Listen to the way that little girl's talking. That's fatherless behavior in the making. This clip is more sad than funny.
I understand you was trying to flex and everything, but nobody's gonna get in a 2000 Nissan Honda with all spares. I'm just, alright.
5 kids? How many different baby daddies are we thinking? 3? 4? This is not the flex that you think it is, ma'am.
I'm more mad at myself. I'm more mad at myself that I allowed this to happen because it's affecting my daughter. And it's not something I can take back. It's not something that I can just, like, go back in time and change it up. It's, like, the consequences of my actions. It's me ignoring everything that God was trying to show me day in and day out because I knew the type of person he already was. I knew that he didn't have it in him. I knew that his core value is trash. Like, I hate that I allowed this to get to this point and there's no takebacks.
You know, there was a time when fathers got to choose who their daughters married, and you can bet they were not picking dudes with face tattoos or a criminal record.
Why you don't want to take care of your kids?
Because
You got 3 kids, bro.
I'm tired.
And none of your kids living with you. They ain't never been living with you.
Don't
So what
matter.
you had kids for?
Because it's his turn to take care of them. It's not. I'm done. I don't wanna have no parts and no more kids. Like,
You know what that do to kids though? Like you really traumatizing these kids because you don't want to step up and be the mama.
what about me and what it did to me?
They ain't do nothing to you.
What about my mental?
It stopped
Being
your
a
life.
single mom.
It stopped your life. What
Being
you
a single mom for 7 years to 3 kids. What do you think that did to me?
Oh my God, that don't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm talking about right now, like you don't never.
That's what I'm talking about. Because
I'm
I'm
done. Know if your kid's
done.
still alive?
I'm sure they're fine.
How do you know?
I'm sure they fine.
How do
Their
you
daddy
know?
ain't gonna do nothing
How
to
do you
them.
know? How
You
you know
mad
you
because
still living with their
you
daddy?
mad because I gave them up to their dad after 7 years of doing everything by myself. How are you mad because I gave them to their dad?
You just why you being a deadbeat mama?
So I'm a deadbeat because they have, because the dad has custody.
That's
He
not
didn't
right.
talk
Go
to
get
them.
your kids.
What,
What the
the
fuck is
whole
wrong with
7
you?
years of me having them kids, he ain't
Go
called
get
them
your
kids.
kids.
He didn't do nothing for them kids.
Go get your kids. You see
I'm a
right here
deadbeat
eating.
though.
Let's go get your kids.
Nah, I'm a deadbeat.
Go get your kids.
So the argument is she's tired? All parents are tired, ma'am. It comes as part of the package deal. It still gives you no reason to give up on your kids.
Y'all, I can't tell you how many times I was tagged in this video. You're so funny. Thanks. I left the love of my life for a guy who ended up being a addict. And now I get to watch the love of my life raise babies with his beautiful wife on socials while I raise a baby alone.
Ma'am, if he really was the love of your life and you left him for an addict, it's over. What kind of man can you trust after that?
Okay, listen, a girl's having a baby, right?
Yep.
If she lies about who the baby father is, should she go to jail?
No, not at all. Yeah, super up. If that was the case, unfortunately, a lot of people being jail.
Okay, so what do you think should happen? If like a guy paid like 5 years worth of child support?
I think.
Pay that.
Yeah, No, she needs to pay him back.
You think the girl should have to pay her back?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
she
she needs to pay him back.
You don't think that that's like scam or fraud?
Yeah, 100%.
You know how many people scam the government, taxes? Like, they don't go to jail.
Yeah, the hell they do.
Not all.
Yeah, they do. You're tripping now. No, you're tripping. They go to jail.
She lied. She needs to pay him back.
A girl's having a baby, right?
Uh-huh.
If she lies about who the baby father is, should she go to jail?
Yes. Yeah. Okay, I guess, yeah. I have no kids, so I don't know. Hell! I don't care. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Because her.
It should count as fraud, because that's exactly what it is. These women should have to pay back every penny they received, plus damages.
What percentage of girls at the club would you say have a kid?
Majority. I don't think I've met one girl in the club that don't have a kid.
Have you noticed a difference in mentality from the women that have kids versus the ones that don't?
No, and that's a shame. No, absolutely not. Some of them girls in the club with kids be acting a damn fool. I would have thought they never had kids. The only time I'd be knowing that they had kids, they're like, oh, I gotta get home to my kid. I gotta go to my your kid, girl. I didn't even know you had a kid the way you was out here acting. Like, no, it's really not.
When a mother's talking about bottles, I would hope she means baby bottles, not bottle service.
Got stand-up young men right now, and they only 12 and 11
You
right
have
now.
boys.
But they stand up right now.
Boys,
I
not
got young
men.
niggas that
No
will.
woman can raise
But
a
they
son
will.
into a man. The only way a son can become a man is through a father. The other way is discovering it on his own. You haven't lived the male experience. You lived a female
very well male
experience. The female experience is more privileged than the man's position. This chick is on a stripper pole. Can a get on a stripper pole and make bread like that?
Yes,
Heck
he
no.
can. Yes,
No,
he
you're
can.
speaking about the exception. I knew y'all was gonna
No,
say
okay.
that. That exception of men that actually go on a stripper pole and dance, they don't even make a fraction of the money that strippers make. So what I'm saying is facts. You don't have to work. You can sell still make it. You live life on freaking easy mode. You don't get it. You can't raise no son. It ain't happening. You don't understand the male experience. So the only thing you can hope for is maybe some you can bag as a stepfather to raise that for you. And if not, you better hope that God is with your son to raise that to a man. If not, he ain't being no man. He gonna be like all of these other whips that y'all chicks complain about. Sassy boys. Oh, these feminine. Oh, they're leading me on. They're selling me a dream. They're not being masculine and telling me the truth. He's gonna be like one of those that y'all chicks complain about. What are you talking about? You raising a boy into a boy. He will never be a man.
It takes a man to raise one. It's really ironic that women who think like this raise the kind of men they love to complain about.
Have you got property? Hello. Have you got money coming in each month if you're asleep? Because I do. If I'm asleep tonight, I get paid, bro. I get paid, dog. Do you? Tell me, Mr. Entrepreneur, do you get paid for sleeping? Because I do.
Blue. The reason I'm not getting triggered, because none of the things that you say, I actually do all of the things, so that's why I'm not getting triggered. When she's trying to do these things, someone would get triggered if they never had stuff going on, but I do. All you're telling me is that everything that I'm saying, you're feeling deep in your heart. You just said to me a second, your mum was a slag or whatever she was, and now look what you've gone to go and do. Your children came to you and said, mother, it's creating me problems in school. You didn't listen to them. You said to me about your upbringing, yeah? Now it's happened to the point where you're doing worse or similar. What I'm trying to speak about is the lack of father figures, broken homes. It produces these things that continue. I've heard both women say they've broken. That hurts me. Would you have liked to know that your mum did?
No, you don't like to know it.
No,
My sister probably doesn't like to know what you mind your own business if it's bringing the money. If you've got a good life.
See how Jess is going to answer this question.
Money's not everything.
But what else do I want a man to come in?
No, it's not about man. You don't even care about the development. Every child inside a single parent, you place your child. Soon as you take the father out of the home, you place your child at every statistical
Okay, but is
disadvantage.
that cheated on me when I was 9 months pregnant?
You
and
picked
I'm 15,
him.
so with
You
him?
picked him. You picked him. Why are you having unprotected 15 years old? It stems back to you didn't have a father at home.
Yeah.
Your mum kicked you out at 15.
Yeah.
And look what's gone and happened. Then you got into the adult industry.
Yeah.
You're talking about your side.
Yeah.
And now you're going to raise a boy, send him to private school, and his mum was basically... Do you know what you're going to do to that man? Your son will not be fine. He will not be fine. Go look at the stats. Your son won't be fine. And you might think it will because it's money.
It's the stability, though. I've worked 9 to 5 minimum wage in my own estate agent, so I couldn't give my son. I couldn't afford a car, couldn't afford rent. You want me to pay? I had £1,600 wage and my rent was $725. What life is that?
So what now?
Kid?
So what now?
What kid is what's that?
So what now? You bust it open for $9.99?
$9.99? I just looked her up. Try $5 instead.
This reminds me of a meme. It was a meme of a girl in high school, a girl and a guy in high school.
How you gonna shame me?
Hold on, I'm not shaming you. I'm actually, I'm about to
You're
bring you full
perfect.
circle. I got your back. Watch
perfect.
this. In the meme, they were in high school. When the nerd came up to the girl in high school, she was like, no, I don't want you. And then once she became a baby mama, he was a CEO, executive, and all that. And she's like, hey, you remember me? He said, no, I don't want you. I be feeling like, respectfully, y'all is the grown-up versions of the that hurt in high school while we was out the killers. Let me tell you something. We were victims then making horrible decisions with grown preying on us. Y'all gotta let that go. You didn't get no high school. You get out. Get over it.
Because how many times do you hear me and bring up, but what about the girls who had the older guys picking them up in high school? It was right. It wasn't right then. It is not right now. And she wasn't the one who was responsible for making it right. He was the older guy.
They can make more
Take some accountability.
Have as many excuses as they want. I'll say, God save me from y'all.
Ma'am, every bad decision you made left you with baggage, trust issues, and emotional damage. No man wants to deal with that, successful or not.
Ya que tú grabas todo, yo voy a empezar a grabar también. Bajo a mi hija mayor.
Lo que quieras.
Bajo
Pero
a mi
métete
hija.
en tu cabeza que tú ya no somos nada. Mi hija es ella es de otro papá.
Pero le estás haciendo una humillación, o sea,
No la estoy humillando, simplemente que cada quien por su lado. Yo vengo a traer a mi hija y tú te quedas con tu hija.
o sea, no te da pena que tú estés grabando.
No, porque pena, ¿por qué? No me la estoy robando ni estoy ofendiendo, simplemente estamos dialogando.
Pero tú la criaste a ella de 8 años, ella te ve como un papá, ¿cómo le vas a hacer eso?
Pero ajá, tú pensaste en eso cuando metiste tu tontería. ¿Pensaste en eso?
Pero una tontería la comete
Métetelo en la
cualquiera.
cabeza, sí, pero para tu edad y madre de 2 hijas, hayas pensado antes, ¿no crees?
O sea, y de paso agarrarla con la niña, que la niña no
la
tiene
estoy
nada que ver.
agarrando simplemente para que no se siga acostumbrando conmigo, porque ya no vamos a estar juntos, ya no estamos juntos.
Sí, vamos a estar,
No.
eso es una pelea momentánea.
Métete en la cabeza que no vamos a estar, ¿ok? Y eso ya lo decidiste tú por tu tontería.
Mira lo que hizo, bajó la niña de la camioneta porque él que no es su hija y viene solamente por su hija. O sea, de paso que me
Ahora
sigues
quieres que
humillando
yo-
a mí
no,
como su
no
mamá.
humillando, simplemente que eso es lo que tú quisiste, lo hayas pensado antes.
Conversations like these should never be had in front of kids, much less posted on social media. This woman is wrong in every possible front.
Y'all have got to stop putting all the blame on the boy when the girl gets pregnant. I like Hallie, you like Hallie, we all like Hallie. She's very likable, but she's not dumb. We all know where babies come from. And to be at the height of your career, making 2 like huge movies back to back, a Disney princess movie like The Color Purple, and to be actively engaging and not be on birth control, that logically means to me that that baby was planned. I see a lot of think pieces and a lot of people saying that he got her intentionally pregnant to hold her down or because he was jealous of her, as if she wasn't willingly participating, like as if she wasn't in the room. And here's the thing, if you're actively having sex, when you're not planning against the baby, that means you're planning for the baby. There is no in between. If she wasn't planning against the pregnancy, then they were planning for the pregnancy. I think the baby was planned because logically that makes sense to me. Now, whether or not you think that he's good enough for her or your opinion on them having a baby before marriage, those are other topics for another day. But all these things talking about he did this to her, y'all acting like she wasn't in the room.
Not using birth control when you should is making a statement. I sure hope you know what you're doing.
How do moms keep getting away with it?
Judges are weak and men don't push as hard as they should, and they're not willing to be ruthless in family court the way that moms are. If men were as ruthless in family court as women, they'd have a much better shot at getting equality in the courtroom.
If you have to be ruthless to even get a bit of equality, then brother, the system is completely broken.
There's this girl who was trending on social media. Amora Lex, she's 27 years old. She has 5 children. She's a single mom, and she recently made the decision to give all her children up to CPS. Did you see her face in that clip? She looks broken.
Broken, defeated, like she has no hope. And I know that many of people will be like, you shouldn't have had them 5 kids. Like, you should have closed your leg. Maybe, but that's not where we are. The kids are here. She tried to be a mom. I tried to call friends. I called family. I called their dads. I told them this is my last resort. Someone help me, and no one showed up. And then when she signed the paperwork, not everybody want to help. It's kind of like, you know, after you die, oh my God, such a great person. I should have helped them, blah, blah, blah. But they were crying for help while they were here. And you didn't help. You didn't show up.
So, 5 kids from 3 different men. I just feel bad for the kids. They deserve to have a good home and a mother that knows how to make good decisions.
Y'all men are trifling is because one thing for certain, 2 things for sure, women are not the aggressors, and most of us don't come on to y'all. Y'all come on to us. Now, let me tell you one thing that I'm always born and bred by. Mama's baby, papa's maybe. That's why I don't give a about y'all. If I with you, your uncle, your cousin, I know it's my baby. I don't give a if it's yours. You see what I'm saying? Each woman is different, and every woman ain't the same. Because I push mine out, and guess what? I ain't need no daddy. But when I raised him by myself, I glazed him by myself, and now he's self-sufficient. The daddy won't.
What in the Magic Johnson son is she talking about? This is exactly why we got sassy around this. These sassy men that y'all claim that y'all hate is exactly why. Because they don't got daddy. And they got mamas that feel that they don't need daddy. That's why your son get beat up in grade school. That's why he came home with a black eye and he took his Jordan. Because you don't need you feel that he don't need a daddy. That's why your son switched when he walked. Not meaning you, I'm talking about people that think like you. Your son he get bullied. Why? Because he ain't have no daddy to teach him how to fight. Don't get no playing time in the game. He ride the bench from 9th grade to senior year. Because he ain't have a daddy to teach him how to shoot a jump shot. And then when he get married, he end up crashing out because he can't get control of his emotions. Because he ain't have a man to teach his that a man should have control of his emotions. See, it's women that think that kids shouldn't have fathers is the reason why we got a sassy apocalypse in this today.
Men need masculine role models. Take away the father, and who's left to guide them? Rappers, alpha celebrities on TikTok, gang members on the street. Lady, you're creating the men you can't stand.
You gotta think about it, right? And this is facts. 95% of men that mess with a girl that has kids or a kid, they just trying.
Yeah.
They just, that 5% is gonna be rare because that 5%, the 5% is the man who's gonna actually step up. But 95%, bro, they just trying. That's it. Like
5% is generous. Men love their peace, and most of the time, single mothers come in a package deal with a whole lot of chaos.
What's your name and what's going on, girl?
My name is Jahira, and I'm just dealing with mama drama, you know. So when I first met her, you know, I went up to her like a grown and mature woman that I am, and I said, "Hi, my name's Jahira. Nice to meet you." And she just straight up looked at me up and down and said, "I don't shake hands." That happened, you know, like 3 more times after, you know, she would see me drop off the kids, pick up the kids. I wouldn't say anything to her. I'll be inside the house and she'll be out there talking, pinche gorda, pinche cara de verga. He never said anything to her. He was getting his kids every other weekend. From the minute she saw me with him, she stopped bringing the kids to him, all because he moved on with his life.
Well, bleep it out.
No, you don't need to bleep it out. Hey, she might take this to court. She takes everything to court. He hasn't seen his kids for like a year, but she tries to say that he doesn't want to, but it's because she doesn't let him see the kids. You know, I'm a witness, so I know this.
My homie right here, he's a witness too.
Yeah, you're a witness, cameraman. You're a witness.
No, he's a Jehovah Witness. Where's your phone? Where's your phone at?
We're all blocked.
Yo, bring your phone, fool. Bring your phone, dog. Hey, that's what she said. You look like you cheat, dog.
She just hated because she don't got a man like me, big dog.
Yo, we tried. We tried, man. Yo, Happy New Year.
I'm exhausted just watching this drama. Imagine having to live through it.
Isn't it ironic that men will
go after young girls, take their money, make them mothers, make them wives, make them ex-wives, make them single mothers.
You're a victim.
And then label them ran through, problematic, old, over the hill, whatever, right? But that's the game. That's why they don't like TikTok. That's why a lot of men are behind getting rid of TikTok, because they're losing the game. We've all come together, women of all ages, races, creeds, backgrounds, and we've decided to share our stories, our experiences, and realize that in order for this to stop, we have to stop validating them. You are not used up. You are educated, and you will never let them do it to you again. And neither will I.
I'm seriously trying to make sense of that nonsense statement from a single mother. Why do I even bother trying? You guys have made it to the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe to prove you're an alpha. And remember, according to YouTube, the best way to help the channel in the algorithm is to watch another one of my videos right after this video. So if you like this video, you should watch another one. Till next time.